Welcome back to Metal Planet, your hub for everything heavy metal and hard rock. I am Max Gray. It's already a new release week, so here's what's coming out for June 6, 2025. Katatonia is a band that has undergone a considerable evolution between its early Death Doom days and its current progressive metal and rock sound. While often reinventing its aesthetic, Katatonia has managed to keep the interest of many heavy music fans. The band's new album Nightmares, as extensions of The Waking State, is a highly anticipated title introducing the band's two new guitarists, Nico Elkstrand and Sebastian Valand. The album is meant to build on the foundation of the previous Katatonia record, Sky Void of Stars, and represent the next step in the band's evolution. With Nightmares as extensions of The Waking State, you will find a multi-faceted sonic experience with atmospheric nuances and a contrast between beauty and intensity. Dawn of Ashes is another music project with an evolving sound. In its early years, it started as an agro-tech band, then changed its style to a mix of industrial and black metal, and its new album Infecting the Scars will be a return to the agro-tech roots of the band. If you don't know what agro-tech is, it's an underground electronic music subgenre with a dark sound. It is characterized by a presence of harsh vocals, aggressive synth sounds like the Sawtooth, and repetitive synthetic drum beats. While agro-tech is technically not metal music, its dark sound and use of keyboards can appeal to people who like metal subgenres like industrial metal and gothic metal. That's why the album was included into this list. If you want an idea of what Infecting the Scars will sound like, try the track Hypertensive Crisis. On June 6th, the English band Inglorious will return after a hiatus with a new album named 5. This formation is led by the singer Nathan James, who has performed with acts like the Trans-Siberian Orchestra and Uli John Ruff. 5 marks the return of the original Inglorious bassist Colin Parkinson, who hasn't played with the band in years. James and Parkinson reconnected 2 years ago while drinking a pint together. They later participated in writing sessions and enjoyed creating their new album with the other musicians of Inglorious. 5 represents an exciting new chapter for the band. Its music is inspired by classic hard rock, and its songs have soulful vocals and big guitar riffs. I can see Black Label Society, Soundgarden and Deep Purple fans liking this band. It will be possible to discover 2 other worthy hard rock albums next Friday, A to Z Squared by A through Z and Rebirth by Nastyville. A through Z is an American supergroup featuring current or ex-members of Fates Warning, Warlord, Alcatraz and the Steve Vai Band. When listening to A through Z's music, you can hear that it is played by veteran musicians that are masters of their craft. The band plays tight, the vocals are lavish, the guitar solos are slick, and their songs can appeal to a large audience. Nastyville is a formation from Italy. With its new album, the band members experienced a renewed chemistry and passion for music, hence the title Rebirth. Nastyville's new song, Rocking Through the Night, is a dynamic and energetic thrill ride that evokes the music of Skid Row and Motley Crue. Turnstile and Fuzzriders will release new records this week. Turnstile managed to create a buzz in recent years. Its last album, Glow On, reached a high position on the Billboard 200 and was included in the Best Albums of 2021 list of many music publications. Turnstile's music is eclectic. Some passages are mellow and ethereal, while other passages are more energetic. Based on the singles that were released, it appears that the new Turnstile album Never Enough will have that eclectic quality. Compared to Turnstile, Fuzzriders is a more underground band with a vintage and unpolished sound. In a good way, the band's material sounds like it was recorded decades ago. The new Fuzzriders album I Like It can be for you if you like bands like Fu Manchu and Red Fang. Volbeat is a band that has left a mark in the metal and rock worlds since the 2000s. It is known for its fusion of metal music with vintage rock and roll from the 1950s. The musicians in Volbeat are influenced by a varied cast of acts, from brutal metal bands like Napalm Death and Obituary, mainstream metal and hard rock names like Metallica and AC/DC, to rock and roll legends like Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash. While working on the upcoming album God of Angels Trust, the vocalist and guitarist Michael Poulsen wanted to record the songs quickly in the studio with as few takes as possible to capture an urgent and immediate feel. The songs were recorded in a total of just 13 days, making God of Angels Trust the fastest record ever created by the band. The first 2 singles from the album do present that desired urgency, in addition to the melodic aspect and fresh energy the band is known for. Unfortunately, I've never listened to a Volbeat album from start to finish yet, but I am interested to discover the band more. If there is a Volbeat record that you think I should listen to in preparation of the release of the new album, write the name of this album in the comment section and I'll check it out. Ophiolatry is a brutal death metal band from Brazil that hasn't released a studio album in a long time. Its previous full-length album Transmutation was released in 2008. After a long period of composition and artistic development, the band will soon make a comeback with the release of Serpent's Verdict. The word Ophiolatry means the worship of, or the attribution of a divine nature to snakes. The members of the band view their new record as a sonic ritual centered around themes like destruction, revenge and suffering, with each track representing a chapter of an overarching narrative. Serpent's Verdict will combine aggressive riffs, guttural vocals and tribal rhythms inspired by warrior traditions, and can be for fans of the bands Crisian and Deicide. A Young Person's Guide to King Parrot and Silent Echoes are two other extreme metal albums coming out this week. King Parrot is a grindcore formation playing chaotic and relentless short songs that generally last less than 3 minutes. The members of this band worked hard in the studio to capture the guitar and bass tones needed for their new album, and they consider this release to be the most complete, aggressive and urgent King Parrot material to date. Gruesome is a death metal band inspired by the influential formation Death. The new Gruesome album is intended to be an homage to the late Death members Chuck Schuldiner and Sean Reinhart, and it will be in the same spirit as the 1991 Death album Human, by showcasing compositions with a similar style and sound. A Door Left Open is the upcoming studio album by the formation Orthodox from Nashville, Tennessee. The members of Orthodox play a blend of metalcore that is really aggressive. Their sound is inspired by other subgenres of heavy music like hardcore, groove metal and even nu metal. With their abrasive quality, chaotic nature and stumpy guitar riffs, their songs get in your face when you listen to them. A Door Left Open was produced by the producer and recording engineer Randy LeBeuf, who previously worked with bands like the Acacia Strain and Kublai Khan TX. The album will feature high-profile guests appearing on a few tracks like Brian Daylor of Mastodon, Andrew Neufeld of Comeback Kid, and Matthew McDougall of Boundaries. For today's list, I have saved the black metal titles for last. The project Gaahls Wyrd, featuring the infamous Norwegian black metal singer Gaahls, will drop on June 6th, its second studio album Braiding the Stories. The material in this one will feature the dark and eerie vibe that you would expect from a Norwegian black metal legend. It is meant to represent an alchemical journey through the realms of consciousness and dreams. With its fifth full-length album, The Stillness of Dissolution, the Australian formation Austere will present a dark journey through the abyss of time. The material will contain high-pitched screams, cold-sounding guitars, and an atmospheric and depressive vibe. The German band Mystic Circle will also release a title on the same date, a compilation titled Kriegsgötter 2025, mostly containing covers of songs originally recorded by bands like Bathory, Possessed, Celtic Frost and Iron Maiden. So that were the titles for this week. If you found this video useful and plan to listen to an album presented today, hit that like button and subscribe to the Metal Planet channel to stay up to date on the new heavy metal and hard rock releases coming out each week. The albums that interest me the most this week are the new Dawn of Ashes, Inglorious and Volbeat records, but what about you? For a more complete list of the records coming out this week, check the description section of this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers!